Ever since I started to notice that mindlessly consuming content on the internet was sucking out my motivation and drive, I've been trying to figure out tools and techniques and methods to start to take control over the technology around me instead of me being controlled by it. It's been almost 8 years on that journey, and I figured out that the mornings and the evenings are the most important times. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can win the night by showing you two separate systems, one theoretical and one practical, that you can implement into your life to start to take control over the night so you get better sleep, get better clarity in your mind, and you can also win the morning, which is the most vulnerable part of the day when it comes to dopamine. First, you need to know that the big tech companies are trying to get your attention. They want you to spend time on their applications so they can sell you ads so they earn money. That means that you are prey in their world, and many of us are waking up to that fact, and we're taking action and stance against it to protect our attention so we can become the people and fulfill the potential that we would just frankly by being ourselves and not having the technology devices in our life. That doesn't mean that technology is not amazing, because it is, but we need to learn how to control it and take advantage of it instead of being controlled by it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is something called the vulnerability scale, and that's something I've created to make us be able to see where we are most vulnerable throughout the day, throughout the week, or throughout the month. And it's very simple. The vulnerability scale is from 1 to 10. Being at a 1, you are highly motivated to stop using devices. You're highly motivated in what you're doing in your life. You're determined. You know what to do. You have clarity and focus. And there's no way you're going to go on your phone and spend time mindlessly consuming information. This is usually after we've set us a new goal, we determined something new, or we have a really good flow and momentum in our lives. Then you have 10. That's the top of the vulnerability scale. That's when you are the most vulnerable to start to mindlessly scroll for hours, days, weeks, whatever. And we are at the 10 when we have low motivation, when we're tired, when we actually have been good at not being on our devices, and we justify in our heads that, okay, now it's okay, now I can use my device. This is when we feel lonely, when we feel bored, and we are using the devices to kind of escape our emotions and our present situation instead of handling it. And if you were born 100 years ago, 50 years ago, you wouldn't have a choice to go and escape into our phones, but that is how our situation is today, and that's why we need to understand this so we can fight it. Me, personally, I'm the most vulnerable around lunch, because I've set up my night so I don't go on my phone in the morning, and I'm very vulnerable at night. And that's why I created the other system that's practical, that you can follow, to actually play on your high vulnerability at night to take control over it. And that part is actually this 3-step system. And I've created this as an easy 3-step system that you can remember and follow in your night. So when you don't know what to do, you feel you're high on the vulnerability scale, you're likely to spend mindlessly time consuming content on the internet, you can just go and think about this system. And for me, it's a 3-step system that's called be entertained, be free, be bored. I'm going to explain that to you right now. But be entertained means that when we are at night, we have a long day, we are vulnerable to just let our mind wander and just being consumed by something. So we cannot fight that urge, at least if you are really addicted to it. So being entertained means that it's okay to be entertained. And then I don't mean mindlessly scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts or anything like that, but it's choosing an entertainment source that is sustained, that is low stimuli. For example, a movie. That sounds crazy, that is low stimuli, but that's where we are in this modern day and age. But we're choosing something that has to sustain attention, movies, TV series, and we're spending time being entertained, relaxing, just letting our mind flow into that different world. But at some time, we need to stop doing this. Then we have a set time where we be free. And being free means freeing yourself of all the technological devices around you that pull you in and pull your attention in. That is your phone, your computer, your TV. And here we get it out of the bedroom. That means we go into the bedroom, get ready to sleep, and we just free ourselves from the technological devices and put them outside the bedroom in a regular spot. That means that it's there for tomorrow. Being free can also include deleting apps you know you are addicted to and mindlessly scrolling on, and setting limitations on that phone. And then lastly, being bored. Being bored is so important. We forgot how to be bored in this modern day and age. But being bored lets our mind wander. It lets the thoughts and feelings in our body system get processed. So we need to be bored. And that's the last part of the day. That means going into your bed and just staring up into the roof. Or if you have a partner, you can talk to them. It's not... So if you see, the boring part is not actually to just be bored, but be bored from not being stimulated by technological devices. You can read, you can listen to some calming music if you have an iPod or something like that, or you can just stare into the roof or meditate. Just be bored. So the more bored you are, the better, because then the next morning when you wake up, you will have more energy because your mind is starved for dopamine. And then because you don't have your phone in your bedroom, then that morning will become much more productive, because we'll go out and actually do something with your life, with your potential, with that energy that's been building up, instead of just going on your phone. So be entertained, be free, and be bored. That's the system that I use to take control over my nights and to prepare myself for the next day, to have a winning next day. So if you like this video, then I have a 7-day dopamine battle course. That's in the description. I've just created it. You can just sign up. You will get emails every single day. It's completely free. And that's what I have for today. I'm Francis Drake. Goodbye.